Today we're going to subtract a mixed number from a whole number. The problem we're going to work with today is the number 4 minus 1.5. So we have the whole number 4. Think of that as something you like chocolate bars. And let's just think you had 4 chocolate bars. You ate 1.5 of those chocolate bars. How many chocolate bars do you have left? So the first thing we have to remember is when we're subtracting fractions, we subtract a fraction from a fraction. But we also, whenever we're working up subtraction, we start on the right-hand side. So I'm going to just draw a quick line down here to separate my whole number from my fraction for right now. And I want you to really pay attention to the fraction side. That's the side we're going to start. We are going to look at the top part of this equation. We don't have any fraction there to subtract from. So we need to put a fraction there. And the fraction that we're going to put there has to have a 2 in the denominator, because the rule is you have to subtract like denominators. But we can't just make up any fraction, because remember, you had 4 whole chocolate bars. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to regroup from the 4, just like you do when you're working with whole numbers. And when I regroup from the 4, I'm going to take 1 away. So that 4 is going to become a 3. But I still started with 4 chocolate bars, so I want to make sure the value up the top here is still equal to 4. So I'm going to make this fraction here into a fraction that is equivalent or equal to 1 whole, because 3 plus 1 whole will still equal 4. So I'm going to make the numerator here the same as the denominator, because if I have 2 parts of something, like 2 halves, I have 1 whole. Once I have this fraction that's equivalent to 1, and again, this whole value up here, 3 plus this 1 is 4, I can do my subtraction. I'm going to bring down my denominator because the 2's are the same, so I'm just going to bring the denominator straight down. Then I'm going to focus on my numerator. I have a 2 minus 1 is equal to 1. Now I go to the left side of my equation. I have a whole number 3 minus 1 is equal to 2. So if I started with 4 chocolate bars and I ate 1.5 of them, I'd still have 2.5 left over. Now as a model here, just so you can see a visual, I have a model here of 4 whole chocolate bars. If I ate 1 whole, I'm just going to wipe it off, and 1/2 of a chocolate bar, I would have 2 whole and 1/2 left over. So now I can see mathematically and using a model what it looks like when you subtract from a mixed number from a whole number.